Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Do you find yourself hungry, but looking for some new and different options? Then the Bodega Market Cafe in Uptown Greenville is for you. They offer a full-service menu featuring breakfast, lunch, and dinner, also with a variety of unique vegan selections. Dine in or sit outside in their great outdoor dining area. Plus, they're always ready for pickup or delivery. Open 24/7 for your convenience. The Bodega Market Cafe, located in Uptown Greenville, across from the BB&T.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello everyone and welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday, a regional Friday as East Carolina, as we come on the air, winning game one of the Greenville Regional 7-4 over Norfolk State. They are in the 8th inning at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and we'll talk about the end of this game, what has happened in this game, and get you up to date on everything going on across the college baseball world here on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for tuning in on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com, and you can watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube, and we'll have a lot of live baseball conversation going today. You can chime in with that conversation on Facebook Live, on Twitter. You can give us a call, 317-1250, as we will be here with you until 6 o'clock. And a lot to discuss. We'll mix in some guests along the way, including Brian North at 4 o'clock. He'll join us on the Fixed NC Live line. We'll see what's going on with HV3 and the golf world, as we'll talk to Mark Greenheld from the Golf Shop Radio Show. You can hear that program every Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio. We'll talk to Greeny around 4:25. At 5 o'clock, we'll talk to the voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium and Minji's Coliseum, Morgan Ehlers. He'll join us on the Fixed NC Live line. And we'll talk to Ronnie Woodward, maybe Stephen Igo, somebody who was at Clark LeClaire Stadium during this baseball game in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll play it by ear there as we are just kind of riding along, watching this ECU game as it is in the 8th inning. 7-4 is the score. And if you missed what happened, it was back and forth. Norfolk State took a lead over the Pirates 4-3. And then the big blow, Thomas Francisco, a 3-run home run to give the Pirates a little bit of cushion. They add another. It is 7-4 here in the 8th inning. And we will be with you through the remainder of this one. And we'll talk about all the other action going on in college baseball, too. Tony Dunn is here hanging out with me. What's up, Tony Dunn?
With all those people you're going to be talking to, I was sitting here wondering, is he ever going to talk to me?
We'll get to you. Don't worry. You're in the front of the line. Just last to be mentioned.
I'm here.
Shirley Rhodes, the big dog, here on a Friday as well. What's up, gang? Shirley, what kind of hat is that? I'm going to say Mercury.
Yeah, it's the Phoenix Mercury.
Okay, kind of looks like a hamburger from back here. But now,
Okay.
but then
Sideways
again,
hamburger?
as you know, everything I look at looks like hamburgers. So it's just one of those things. Shirley Rhodes here, big dog here. Let's update you on some scores around the regionals going on right now. Liberty, who I think was up 11-1. And that one just went final. They beat Duke 11-6. So Liberty picking up the win. Texas Tech was down early to Army, but they come back and win 6-3. Those are the only finals right now. Florida has, it looks like they are back live, I believe, as they had a long rain delay in Gainesville. South Florida, a 3-2 lead over Florida in the 6th inning. South Carolina has come back to take the lead over Virginia. That is 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Indiana State leading Georgia Tech in that Nashville regional. We're keeping an eye on that because if the Pirates get out of Greenville, they'll take on the winner of the Nashville regional there with Vanderbilt being the host. Notre Dame putting it on Central Michigan 10-0, that score. In the 6th inning, NC State up 4-0 over Alabama in the 4th. Texas has a touchdown against Southern. It is 7-0 Longhorns over Southern. And Dallas Baptist, we only hear about them this time of year in the baseball tournament. They lead Oregon State 3-1 in the 3rd inning. So a lot of action getting underway here in this 3 o'clock hour. A lot of games coming up later tonight as well. Tony, not as basketball tournament, but still fun to see all these games scheduled today. Tournament action,
man.
Season.
People are outside. I dropped Miranda off there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know, she met
traffic
Jimmy on there. Yeah, it's wonderful. I was going to say with that Florida game though, you just had to say delay because there is no talking about the things going on outside this building beyond our own control.
Are you speaking of the weather?
Nope,
Tony?
Will not speak of it.
All right. Well, I kind of want to talk about it. I don't know why.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
I did hear the bomb that went off that you were referring to.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You can't say bomb on a plane. Bomb. Wasn't that Meet the Parents, I think? Yeah. It was. Things got a little hairy on Thursday. And by hairy, I mean wet.
Yeah, but I won't talk about that.
Gross. Nothing worse than wet hair, right?
Again, I won't talk about it.
Tony's not going to talk about it.
You're not baiting me into that conversation clip.
Bro. All right. So the Pirates in the lead right now. We're going to watch the end of this one and hopefully have a happy final score to report coming up shortly. Again, if you want to join in on the conversation, you can do so on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Mac asking the score. Was that 1 minute ago? Said it earlier.
7-4.
7-4 in the 8th inning.
Full count.
Cam Colmore on the mound, the former South Central Falcon, Tony Dunn, on the mound, which was not a thing when we were at D.H. Conley.
No.
South Central. Not a thing.
It was not.
All right. So, Tony, while you're here, we'll talk baseball and we'll talk NFL. Let's go ahead and start because I told you to remind me of a stat to consider, I guess, Shirley Rhodes.
The stats to consider. The stats to consider.
I saw this last night, and I didn't have a ton of NFL topics to discuss, so I saw a DJ Moore stat to bring to you. The best receiver you've ever seen play, Tony, is who?
Randy Moss.
So the best receiver of all time is probably Jerry Rice. The best, and we saw like the tail end of his career pretty much. The best receiver, and I was going to say the same thing, we've laid our eyes on in a game is Randy Moss. Hands down, no doubt.
He made it look pedestrian.
Yeah.
You know, that's the other thing is almost people don't think people give him his credit because he made it look too easy.
A guy that tall that could run that fast.
And always caught the ball. And
he has burned me because now every time ECU gets a 6'4" receiver, I fall in love with them and can't really do much. It just never pans out. Their best receivers have been Hardy, Jones, the smaller guys. Randall Moss did it with size and speed. Randy Moss, most total yards before turning the age 24. Randy Moss had 4,215 yards before turning 24. That is way ahead.
And that was like in 2 seasons, probably.
Of number 2 on the list, Mike Evans. who had
37?
3,500, 3,578. Most of those against the Redskins in one game. DeAndre Hopkins, third on the list with over 3,500. Fourth all-time most total yards by a receiver before age 24 in NFL history is DJ Moore. Does that shock you at all?
A little bit. Is that it's kind of like the quiet 34.
And I want to get to that too. Are these meaningless stats sometimes?
Oh, no. No, it's
well, how many wins has it led to?
Well, but there's so many other factors in that. At least he can say he did this.
No, I know, but how important is this for the team?
I think it shows us. I think it's just helpful in understanding context a little bit, right? Is that DJ Moore? It kind of tells us how young he is, right? The Panthers are going to pick up his 5th-year option. He's not even 20. He's 24 years old.
So he did this from 2018 to 2020.
Correct.
Yeah, which is the same amount of time Randy got his 4,200 in. We're talking 3 seasons, basically.
Yeah. The Randy Moss number, though, is kind of like the Wayne Gretzky.
Well, that's not
number.
fair to compare to that.
It's the Wayne Gretzky number, right?
DJ Moore is just ahead of? You remember David Boston?
Yeah. Oh, I love David
Arms?
Boston.
Yeah.
I love David Boston. That was he was like always going to be like the guy I always drafted on fantasy that, he had a couple years of production, but
I think I wonder, let me see how many yards he finished with, because I feel like he did everything
right after
early in his career.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to bring this up because just how important is this? Like, everybody's throwing the ball in today's football.
True.
But that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
4th all time. It shows, I guess, how early they counted on him as a receiver.
And there were a lot of people that thought his rookie year he was a little bit in above his head, to be honest. So he's gotten better each and every year. He's becoming more and more of a fixture to the Carolina Panthers offense. And it's interesting too, though. It's not like he's just been it's just been a bunch of home run balls either, right? So he's been a volume guy as well, and I think so. Again, this puts into context the age, and we could be seeing DJ Moore for a long time going forward. And on top of that, I think is that now we're going to start asking what's going to happen if you potentially pair him with a guy where those deep balls could be more prevalent or more common. So, hey, good for DJ Moore. And one of those guys that maybe this is a stat where it does matter is when we start thinking about fantasy football going forward.
And I think it was I screenshotted this. I believe I saw this from a fantasy football account. Like, hey, are we forgetting about how productive DJ Moore has been his first 3 years?
The problem is that the touchdown numbers need to be there. At least I've always felt that with fantasy, is that I know that people are always like, well, receptions, depending on what type of league you're in, yards, it does add up. But the way to win those championships is to get touchdowns in fantasy football. A
lot of these guys, Tony, have been, and by the way, the David Boston numbers.
Yeah, what were they?
He had 3,271 in his first 3 seasons, finished with 4,699, and played until 2007. So in 2001, he had almost 3,300 yards, played like 7 more years, and finished with 4,600. So basically,
he went 1,000 yards per for his first 3 years, and then went 50 yards.
Basically, yeah. And
200 yards.
He's not the only one on this list. Like Percy Harvin, he had, I guess, the migraines and some other issues, but he is 6th on this list. Kind of flamed out.
Yeah.
You could say Corin Robinson for sure, former NC State guy. 2001 to 2003, never did much after he got off to his start. I mean, Juju's a good receiver, but he's not going to match the numbers he put up while Antonio Brown was there. He's on this list.
Did you see the Ben Roethlisberger comment about Dwayne Haskins? That he could throw the ball through a car wash and it not get wet?
You told me that the other night, and I just
laughed
chuckled
it off.
Because if that was like a game, like that happens in games, that'd be one thing.
You know what the first comment on Twitter back was? Who's on the other side of the car wash catching it?
Yeah, and what color jersey is he wearing, and is he running the back for a touchdown? Dwayne Haskins' problem was never throwing a football. That is for sure. His issues came preparing for a game, knowing the plays,
not wearing the mask when you needed to wear the mask,
being accountable as a QB, as a
being a bad
leader.
draft pick.
So
maybe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for Washington fans. All right. So there's that. Tony, speaking of the Panthers, I saw this list too.
We're in the season of lists.
Yeah, this is list season, folks. It's arrest season. It's list season. It's please don't get hurt season.
And don't get arrested season.
Bill Barnwell, ESPN, had ranked the worst off seasons for NFL teams.
Ooh.
The Raiders, he had at number 30 at last. And it's funny because our mutual friend, Pat Ryder, says that running backs don't matter. And what went wrong for the Raiders this offseason?
They didn't get a running back?
No. They gave Kenyon Drake a 2-year deal while they already have Josh Jacobs, and he's making him $11 million. They're basically saying you're spending money there when you could have spent it elsewhere. So he did not like that. Didn't like the draft pick either. Leatherwood, the O-lineman. Packers offseason, that's mostly due to the Rodgers stuff.
But it could be the best offseason if they get Julio.
Still to be determined.
I think that is what the Packers should do to keep to keep Aaron Rodgers happy for another year.
I just don't think they care if Rodgers is happy. I think they want him to be miserable and play angry.
Oh, well, that's a good ooh, I like this reverse psychology effect we got going here.
It's intentional. The Steelers are third on the list. It says their offensive line is in shambles, and they did not have their finances in order, Tony, so Bud Dupree, Mike Hilton leave in free agency. Poor David Culley. Texans are fourth on the list.
Culley.
We know all about that.
Segment of the show.
Atlanta Falcons are on this list. Once again.
Well, because they have no money.
Cap situation. They lose Alex Mack, Keanu Neal, and then the Julio. What's going to happen with that? And then the Rams are on this list. I mean, they get Stafford.
Right. But couldn't do much else other than that? Is that what you're saying?
and that's pretty much it. And then we get to the Panthers.
Oh.
Now the sole reason.
Yeah, tell me what went wrong.
His first sentence: "I'm not thoroughly excited about the Darnold trade." And then he goes. The whole paragraph here is about Darnold. What they could have done differently, Tony. That whole paragraph is about they could have got Justin Fields. So he's basing all this on I don't believe in Sam Darnold, which is fair, but I kind of go.
Doesn't it miss the entirety of the offseason, though? We need to change the name of the list.
Well, what else did you do?
We added Hassan Reddick.
Okay.
It's a big pickup right there.
Yeah.
Right. Now I need a moment to think.
No. Okay. Reddick and Bouye.
Yeah. Well, Bouyer's not even that excited. The Morgan Fox, he's a defensive end that has been added through. I guess he came from the Rams. Who else did we get?
It's funny. It's all about Darnold because he says, generally, I like the supplemental decisions Rule and Company made around the roster.
This list needs to be changed to decisions that I dislike the most list.
Sam Darnold. Yeah, pretty much. Because he's basing everything on
Kenyon Drake.
Yeah. Like that's he's got his main reason as to why.
Hey, he had to make a list,
and there's his list. I tend to, if it's a scale of Darnold will succeed, Darnold will flame out. I am more on the side of Darnold will succeed. We'll see. I think it was worth the risk.
I agree. We'll have to just wait and see. Yeah, it's not very much of a risk given the fact that they were able to kind of acquire the capital back through manipulating in the NFL draft. Maybe if I guess you have to kind of follow the Teddy Bridgewater storyline in Denver to get more context to this. What else did we do? We let Mike Davis, the running back, leave. He did go to a division rival, which you can't control that. And maybe they should be upset. Wasn't it on this show that we looked at the Atlanta Falcons running backs?
Yeah.
And it is Mike Davis, and that's it.
Yeah. If you don't know who Mike Davis is, you certainly don't know.
At least they don't believe in the paying multiple running back discussion either. And then the Panthers, I think, actually have tried to their defense has the opportunity to be very good this year. And Hassan Reddick, look, on a 1-year deal. And then he doesn't also address really the draft too much in that, except for when it's a bad point or a good point. But the Carolina Panthers have continued to invest on their defensive side of the ball, and it looks like they could get better very quickly there. And then you think of the volume that we were talking about with DJ Moore, right? Robbie Anderson. Now you have Terrence Marshall Jr. A lot of people think he's going to be a success in the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, look, is that right now the Panthers, are they going to go out and go gangbusters and win, make the playoffs? I'm not sure about that yet, but they're one of those teams that might sneakily surprise you this year. And again, it will come back to Sam Darnold. And if he's good, then Bill Barnwell's going to have to write a list about the things he was wrong about being in this offseason.
Well, the thing about lists, everybody makes one. There's a million of them.
And we check them twice.
Well, the problem is we don't.
You're right.
Check them once and forget about them.
And then you don't have to revisit the list.
The only person,
will be me.
I don't know about person.
Well, I'll be messaging Bill Barnwell next year about this time if Sam.
He just made your list of people to check on. Old Takes Exposed checks out those old lists, Tony, and updates us.
I'm making a list right now.
Bill Barnwell. He is in with the same. Let's see, who's your guy from ESPN? Newton.
Oh, David Newton.
He's on your list. Who's on your list right now, Tony? Just who's in the Tony Dunn doghouse?
Well, I'm back on Derek Anderson.
Derek Anderson
is back there.
Been in the doghouse.
Miranda Dunn.
A little trouble on the home front. No. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Pirates up 7-4 in the 8th inning as they have a man on second, 2 outs. ECU looking to close this one out against Norfolk State and move on to day 2, stay in that all-important winners bracket, and take on the winner of Maryland-Charlotte, which is coming up later on today. More Pirate Radio Live on the way on a Friday. Got a great Free Beer Friday giveaway to get to as well. We'll tell you all about that when we return as the Pirates put an 8th run on the board. It is 8-4 ECU. We're back after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Here with Melissa from ENS Hemp Company. Melissa, tell us how your products and services can help people.
Well, for over 2.5 years, the team at ENS Hemp Company has been helping educate our community on the many benefits of our products. Our customers have seen great success dealing with everything from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. You can come in today and our staff can help you find the best products for your needs. You can visit us at Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or enshempcompany.com.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania is about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your Wild Cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't.
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly. In studio today with Natalie Edwards from AG Home Solutions and eXp Realty. Natalie, you have a unique partnership because you work in the real estate market and also work with AG Home Solutions. How does that help your clients?
So it's interesting, the trends that we're currently seeing in real estate. Inventory is so low. We're seeing a high percentage of folks who want to renovate their spaces, perhaps add a home office because now they're working from home. And so they come to us with those design ideas and we're able to help them navigate through that.
What other trends are you seeing in the marketplace right now?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing increased needs for home office space, folks being able to do virtual learning from home. So how can we redesign that space so it's functional? We're also seeing folks that do want to take advantage of this being a seller's market, and so they want to freshen up that space and get it ready to put on the market. And so we can come in and provide them with some good guidance on things that they might want to consider before they list their property.
For real estate or remodeling, how can folks contact you?
252-947-2526 or aghomesolutions.com.
You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Summer vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV spaces, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Barat.
All right, Pirates lead it 8-4. Last chance for Norfolk State here in the ninth inning. East Carolina getting a big 3-run home run, a go-ahead shot from Thomas Francisco that could end up being the difference in today's game. Norfolk State has 4 errors. They have struggled in the field today, and that and walks have led to a lot of Pirate runs as well. So ECU looking to shut it down. Pirates on their 4th pitcher of the day, Cam Colmore, being extended here in this ball game as he has thrown, along with the starter Wisenhunt, also Garrett Saylor and A.J. Wilson got a couple of strikeouts when he came in. An unfortunate balk for A.J. Wilson, allowed a run to score for Norfolk State, but did strike out 2. And right now the Pirates trying to close it out in the ninth inning, up 8-4. Coming up later on today in Greenville, it'll be Maryland taking on Charlotte. Looking at the scoreboard real quick, South Florida, a 3-2 lead. I guess that game has not got back underway. I think they're still in a weather delay down in Gainesville, but we're not going to talk about that.
Just a delay.
3-2, South Florida over Florida. Indiana State has extended their lead over Georgia Tech in the 7th inning. The winner of that game will move on to likely play Vanderbilt tomorrow. Vanderbilt playing later tonight. We're keeping an eye on the Commodores because that could be the super regional opponent if ECU makes it out of Greenville. NC State with a 7-1 lead now over Alabama in the 5th inning. Let's see. Southern Miss has put up 2 early against Florida State, put up 2 in the bottom of the 1st. They lead the Seminoles 2-0 in the 2nd inning, and a ton of action going on later tonight in the NCAA tournament. So we'll keep you up to date on all that as we move along here on Pirate Radio. If you'd like to talk some Pirate baseball, you can do so via Facebook Live, Twitter, or give us a call, 317-1250, and we'll talk some Pirate baseball as, man, it is, Tony mentioned it earlier, dropped his wife off at Clark LeClaire Stadium. It's bumping today. It's going to be a heck of a scene coming up Saturday at 6 o'clock when they're in that winner's bracket game against either Charlotte or Maryland. And looking forward to that. I'll be out there doing some PA there. So I'm really excited about that one. All right, Tony. NF. What we got?
I thought he hit him. He didn't.
Okay. Thought he hit him. He didn't. 3-2 count on the leadoff hitter here in the 9th inning for Norfolk State. Cam Colmore looking to shut the door. Any news coming out of OTAs when it comes to the Panthers?
Now, I think the only storyline that people have been trying to make, I guess, a story as they try to find something to talk about is that why is Robbie Anderson wasn't at OTAs?
Well, yeah.
But and ultimately, I think that's in some ways to be expected in the final year of his contract. Only a 2-year deal. You know, a lot of people have said there were rumors that he was being shopped around on draft day. So then people are asking, how's the relationship? And I think that players who are kind of more veteran-like players who are in those contractual years have less incentive to do some of these smaller things. Particularly, it might be a way of, I guess, furthering negotiations with the team. We're just trying to read the tea leaves on that. But, I guess everything seems to be going to plan. I think the happy news for the Carolina Panthers is that they had OTAs this year, and last year, you weren't able to do this, and so I think that we're probably starting to see a little bit more normalcy in the development of these young players.
You want you make a good point about veterans. I think you want your young guys there and also your leaders, and that's why some Washington fans are upset because Chase Young has not been attending OTAs. I could make it a big deal. I'm going to say it's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Wish he was there, but
don't need to worry about it at this point. I mean, he got him for 4 years no matter what.
Yeah, and he'll be fine. He could probably be fine if he just showed up in September.
Right.
But, he'll be there before then. Everything will be fine. Did hear Ron Rivera on the Jim Rome show yesterday talking about Fitzpatrick working with rookie receiver De'Ami Brown from North Carolina and how, he's dissecting every single play, every little move on every route. And I like Fitzpatrick from that perspective, the veteran that can help out these young guys. Again, he takes too many chances. He's going to throw a lot of picks. That's what he is. But I did like hearing Rivera talk about Fitzpatrick because he can go right in the locker room and immediately be a leader. He's been around so long. And I think guys respect him too. Remember when he was wearing like Deshaun Jackson's outfit at the press conference? Like, I feel
he looked like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I don't really think I've heard a lot of teammates talk about him being a bad guy or anything. Like, maybe they could say he struggled on the field a little bit, but I feel like he's a likable guy. So from that perspective, I'm happy about Fitzpatrick.
This is off topic, but isn't Floyd Money Mayweather fighting is it Paul Ryan,
one
Jake
of the Paul,
whatever, one of these people this Sunday?
Is that this weekend?
The only reason the segue was from Conor McGregor to this.
He's fighting Logan Paul.
Logan Paul? Sunday, right?
Logan is the
I don't know. You're the Mayweather guy.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Nobody's going to hit Mayweather.
I think Logan's smaller than Jake, maybe.
But the better boxer, some people say?
I think, that he's the better technique guy, but it doesn't matter. Like,
he cannot hit Money Mayweather.
I mean, even if he did.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
He's the best defensive fighter of all time.
They almost should ask like the part of the contract should be like you can beat him, but you can't throw any punches, Money. He just has to wear him out by ducking
and dodging. I like it.
I was wondering why I was only getting stories on Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, and it's because I Googled Floyd McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
And that
would change it.
So this is...
We got to watch this.
No, we don't,
Oh, wow.
Tony.
No?
I already told you. No, this is
bad. This is
Really?
bad for America. I don't
Bad
like it.
for America. This is what's wrong with America.
Oh, man.
I don't like
I'm
it.
having a party now.
No, it's so it is Sunday night, 8:00.
Yep.
It's a weird time for a pay-per-view.
That I don't like.
Yeah, it's
I'd
kinda
rather have
weird.
it on Saturday.
Well, you're not going to watch
you
it
weren't
anyway.
going to watch it anyway.
I will be
You can
aware
come
of
to-
it.
I'll have a party
via
Saturday
Twitter.
and Sunday, and I bet you won't come.
Tony, I'll go to your house Saturday at 8:00, but not Sunday. No, I know you like. You're a Mayweather fan.
The Canes, are they playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
How about we'll get to that in a moment too.
Yeah, I'm a big Money Mayweather fan.
But his fights are boring. I guess. What do you like? The art of boxing?
He's the greatest boxer we've ever seen in our life. Who were we talking about? We were talking about Randy Moss.
The greatest defensive boxer of all time. Let's not go there.
That I've seen in my life. I'm just saying the best boxer we've seen in our lifetime.
I have no problem.
Hey, man,
giving him
unless
the
you want to
best
say Mike Tyson. By the way, have you watched any of that special?
No.
Oh, gosh, it's good. The first episode, it's 2 hours long.
What's it on?
CBS, I think. I watched it on Hulu.
Okay.
I won't give you my password.
Is it as good as the HBO stand-up?
Oh, I never saw that.
It's really good.
Yeah, I heard
Once
it.
again,
I
really
heard
good.
he's talk about a guy who saved his who's really changed his reputation.
He's very magnetic.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to look away, but and you want to listen to him. He tells these stories that are just wrenching emotionally, and you just buy into it.
First, I watched the first, and it's 2 hours. The first episode. I mean, the first part. I don't know how many they're going to do. I can't imagine it being more than 3 if each one is 2 hours.
Sure.
But you get to see a lot of cool stuff about Customato and like him coming up. You know, he was originally started training, like they identified him as a heavyweight fighter when he was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And he weighed like 195 pounds then. All of this,
his trainers raised him.
We were so young at the time, Clip, because I remember, I remember watching a fight in like 88 or 89,
Yes.
and I was a kid. I mean, the Holyfield fights weren't
He's in
even
his early
close to-
20s.
We probably played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out before we saw him in an actual boxing match on Nintendo.
He was, I think, 20 and a half when he became the world heavyweight champion.
By the time we did see him, and like we had one of those, I don't want to say illegal, but one of those cable boxes that got the channels.
Right, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like we would watch all the big fights in the 90s, and
If you had one of those boxes right now, would you watch this Floyd Mayweather fight?
maybe Sunday at 8 o'clock. I don't know what else is gonna be going on. I mean, there might be an ECU game out at Clark.
There's got to be some NBA games on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be watching it
because that's so exciting.
I mean, it's your preference, whatever. It won't be the guys just standing there not doing anything. I can tell you. Well, some of the guys do.
One guy in there's going to be working very hard.
Anthony Davis doesn't do much, I guess, anymore, and you could argue LeBron.
He might
as
be
well.
at the fight.
You got to blow up that squad.
God, I get it, but like
You got to trade Anthony Davis.
I get so sick of that stuff. Like, we got to get better. We've only got 2 of the greatest players of all time.
But they're totally going to trade Anthony Davis for like Dame and Nurkic.
I know. I hate that Dame's going to go somewhere.
Dame's totally going to be a Laker. I already came to terms with it.
We're bouncing around on everything here.
That
CJ
makes good
Mayhew
radio.
is in the game for the Pirates as Cam Colmore walked the batter. Mayhew gets an out and trying to close this one out up 0-2 on the count with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Pirates up 8-4 in Game 1 of the 2021 Greenville Regional. All right, we let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll talk some Canes, Tony. But if you're watching it, you see this 15-pack. You know, a 6er and a 12 just ain't enough, Tony. You need a 15-pack of 16-ounce Bud Lights. We're giving that away, the aluminum bottles. You got a Bud Light shirt, koozies, lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers, and a large 2-topping pizza at Domino's. All of that is part of our Free Beer Friday giveaway. Speaking of good deals, we gave away a Familia gift card yesterday. Their pizza of the week, large bacon and pepperoni for $10.
Can't beat that.
That is a great deal. That'd be good.
Susan Dean had it last night for dinner. She sent me a message.
Oh, nice. So there you go. Gave that away yesterday. Got a great giveaway for you today, including beer, Tiebreakers, Domino's Pizza. It can all be yours in hour number 3. All right, we'll take a break. Maybe the Pirates will have this one wrapped up by the time we return. 2 outs.
Just rang him up.
In the 9th inning, Mayhew with a strikeout, 1 out away from advancing to the winner's bracket. We'll be back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. We did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, make sure you follow Pirate Radio on our various social media on Facebook and Instagram at PR927FM. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us on at FreePR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Well, the game is not over.
They like to make things interesting, don't they?
Yeah, and you and Glenn are a little bit ahead of us, so we hear you react, and Tony and I kind of look at each other, and oh dear, that's not good. 1 run will score, and only 1 run?
Is this what you call interesting?
Yeah.
It was a lot less interesting 3 minutes ago.
Yes.
Well, they had a grounder that should have been the play that ended the inning and the ball game. But unfortunately, they only scored 1 run off that.
Tony Womack's kid, remember him, infielder for the world champion Diamondbacks back in the day, just singled up the middle to center field, and it is 8-5. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Their 3-hole hitter is up, and it looks like
catcher's up for a visit here.
That might be the end of the road for C.J. Mayhew.
I do know Matt Bridges is in the dugout, so it looks like Bridgie will come in if
Bullpen.
there's a. What did I say? Dugout?
Yeah,
I meant bullpen. You know what I mean. But if they make a pitching change here, it'll likely be Matt Bridges.
And did the coach come out? Because Dietrich already came out. If a coach came out here, that would be it.
Yep, he's come out.
Okay, so it looks like Matt Bridges. I'll tell you what, if this thing goes south, we might be getting some calls on the 10th inning. All right,
one of them might be Cliff. He might call in from the post-game Zoom.
He might want to talk about weather.
He could.
Oh, yeah. He might want to talk about the weather rather than the game.
Yeah.
We didn't get the call on that inside pitch, though, earlier.
Well,
True.
Yeah, the umpire has, I got to be honest with you, during the course of this game, just watching and also listening on, in my car when I was out for lunch today, this umpire seems to have a rather strange strike zone, and it has caused all sorts of problems for Pirate pitchers.
I don't think he has a left corner on his strike zone at like curves, because Mayhew was trying to paint the corner and it just wasn't happening. He just wasn't calling it.
He would not call it. Yeah.
He just was not calling it. He just you got to get over to the middle of the plate.
Shirley, yesterday, I know we were talking about this off the air. James Madison beat
Oklahoma, yes.
And
that was a huge win.
What people were saying is like the biggest upset in college softball World Series history.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about
Oklahoma,
history.
as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, is the defending national champion. They're trying to go back-to-back this year.
Well,
back-to-back minus COVID. Let's
go. This could be the biggest upset in NCAA tournament history if this stays the way it is. New Jersey Institute of Technology is up 2-0 on Arkansas.
In what inning?
The top team in the country. Second inning.
Oh, it's the second inning. Okay. I was getting ready to say, I was like, if this is ninth inning, hold the phone.
It's the second inning. Arkansas, an absolute just buzzsaw this year. But they are trailing right now, 2-0. So
is that the first game in that regional? Because they're a few hours behind.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say a few hours. I'm going to say one.
When does Vanderbilt play?
Likely,
possibly tonight.
Oh, sometime. Definitely tonight. I will get the score or the time for you in just a moment.
They took the late tip.
That is correct. And Indiana State is up 6-4. That one in the 7th inning. They're in Nashville.
Okay, all right.
So there are games, and if ECU can finish this game out, I'll be watching a lot of college baseball.
You're going to have to watch it tomorrow.
Be in there with the horse blinders on.
I don't necessarily have to watch the game. Eric can tell me what to say.
I like it.
Read this now. And I'll be like, all right.
Like you read the name and that, you look up just to make sure you got it right, and then you turn your back.
Yeah, before the pitch is thrown.
It's like how I watched that 2016 Super Bowl.
With your back to the wall. Like the Blair Witch Project. You were in the corner looking at the wall.
That
Cam
movie
felt
gave
the
me
same
the
way.
creeps. Sorry, I just had to.
What'd you say?
That.
I said Cam felt the same way.
Oh, that was the 2015 one. I'm talking about the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
I went. Who won? Because that year that was
the 28-3.
Trump, because Trump won. It was the hashtag was not my president. So I wore a placard that said "Not my Super Bowl" because it was the Falcons and the Patriots.
Two teams that you hate.
I just watched the commercials and then turned my back for the rest of the time.
High fly ball into left. That is trouble. It is caught. And the Pirates have won the game 8-5 over Norfolk State. A win is a win as a win, and the Pirates move on to play Saturday 6 o'clock in the Greenville Regional against the winner of Maryland and Charlotte.
Now you got it easy, Clip.
Friday evening. Tony, Hurricanes did something they haven't done all series last night. Did a couple of things. Yeah, score, take a lead.
Yes.
take a 2-0 lead and blow it,
win in overtime,
and then win it in overtime. How about that last night?
Oh gosh,
all these games I will say have been great.
Yes, yeah, they've been stressful though.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, is that a lot of people have been talking about Mrazek, right? And that, and the commentators about how sensational he was. He was very good, but the real problem for the Hurricanes has not been the goaltending. It's been just getting the puck in the net. And
not even on the net, right? In the net,
yes,
because they've
outshot them. It feels like the entire series. In fact, the game that they lost, game 2, 37 shots to 15. But this is what Tampa Bay does: is they just take a bludgeoning, and then they come back and put the puck in the net, and that's how they've played all year against us.
A lot of times, hockey to me, Tony, I haven't watched hockey in my life as much as you have. I feel like a lot of it is luck based, where it's like, kind of throw it at the net and just slap, just get it in. Tampa's goals last night looked like a clinic. Those were some sweet, pretty goals that they scored.
And both on power plays, right? And the Canes have been so good on the power kill this year. I think going forward, that was a must-win game for Carolina. They played like it. You could see kind of a sense, or at least a second win they were getting, because going down 3-0 is, that's a road that tie this up and bring it back. Maybe can turn things around. But for the Carolina Hurricanes right now, I think injuries are, we'll have to watch the status of some of these players. Number one on that list is Trocheck, who made the trip with the Hurricanes, but suffered some sort of knee injury in game 2, early in game 2. He's our third leading scorer on the team. And so that's an addition we could really use back. It's good that he's on the trip. Nino Ryder, however, who suffered some sort of upper body injury in practice before game 2. I think I don't even know if he played game 1. I got to go back and look at that. But he's out, and he's been one of our top scorers all this year. And Fogle got hurt last night with a shoulder injury, tried to come back when was unable to. It was nice to see Mrazek, though, who has not played since May 10th. They probably said that 9,000 times last night. That he was successful. He looked fresh, and that he has been rested.
What was the decision? I didn't even did they talk about why?
I think is that one
things up if you're losing, right? Just to throw something different.
I think that was the feeling at that point. Is we got somebody who's fresh, and also the irony was to see. I think he was nominated for the Calder Award on the same day. Right. He was not in play, but look, as Aho just continues to be a force, man. This guy's such a young, brilliant hockey player. We need to see some of the other guys is start to contribute a little bit more.
I said in Series 1, Svechnikov has been kind of, and I don't know yet.
I think all season in some ways he's kind of been a quiet player. Yeah. You just expect his name to be said as much as Aho. But in this series, though, he's seemingly trying to be more aggressive, it feels like, and it's starting to come along. So maybe he can step into the role there. Maybe Trocheck can come back. But look, we got to start playing some defense, man, a little bit better. And the problem is we just let people hang out in front of the net a little bit too much. And that's probably a little testament how big and strong Tampa is. They're so sound is that you think that you're just outplaying them, and all of a sudden you're down 2-0.
Yeah.
Their goalie, by the way, and Vasilevsky, I believe his name.
Well, Vaseline, right?
Yeah, because I get it wrong. I was trying to avoid saying it, Clip.
I think you got it right.
But he's just been brilliant. Yeah. And then before, again, in the Predator series, their goalie play has been brilliant. So, look, you're just going to have to keep chipping away. And last night, I think, was good for morale and just necessary.
Tony, are you sitting down?
Yes.
I got some bad news.
Trocheck's not coming back.
Cam Newton didn't finish New England Patriots practice after needing to have his throwing hand examined by medical staff.
Oh.
This came out 1 minute ago.
His throwing hand? What could have happened? Helmet?
You hit a helmet.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. But
one other thing he's going to have to overcome this year.
By the way, this is all bogus. They want Mac Jones to play. So this is all a conspiracy. They're trying to get Cam out of there.
Imagine if Mac Jones is starting when they come here to Carolina.
I know.
And all those people paid $1 billion for those tickets on day one.
I laid out the scenario that it's Mac Jones versus Will Grier. I like to watch the world
my
burn.
tickets in the parking lot that day then for nothing.
Let's see, Tony, what else is going on in the Stanley Cup playoffs? The Bruins win in overtime last night against the Islanders to take a 2-1 series lead. Canadians Jets, that was fun the other night. Right now,
what's that series at? Because right now the Canadians are like the dark horse coming.
Well, they lead at 1-0 after they came back against Toronto in the first round.
They don't want to play them right now.
Colorado, which could be the best team in hockey.
They're down, right?
They're up 2-0 against the Golden Knights. That'll be a good one late night tonight, 10 o'clock on NBC Sports Network. So the Canes will play Saturday. What is that? Early or late? Let's check it out.
4 o'clock, I believe.
4 o'clock on a USA Network. Down 2-1 in the series. Big win last night. Pirates will play Saturday at 6 o'clock as they will take on the winner of Maryland and Charlotte. ECU a winner today over Norfolk State. It was not the
interesting. That's what it was. It was interesting.
It got a little interesting, but the Pirates able to pull it out. And Thomas Francisco, one of the heroes today, his 3-run homer in the 6th inning put the Pirates ahead. Josh Moylan had a couple of hits for ECU. Connor Norby 1 for 3 on the day, had 2 runs scored, and Thomas Francisco did what he had to do. If you're going to pitch around Norby, which they chose to do so right before Francisco came up, Francisco has to make him pay for that, and he did with an absolute bomb. So, and I'll be checking this out too all weekend, Tony. Squeeze play on ESPN3. This is like their, what do you call it? NFL Red Zone. It's like,
but for college baseball?
Yeah, quad box with all the tournament games. I'm loving this.
This is probably the best way to watch baseball right here.
Yeah, there's always something going on because there's 4 opportunities here on our televisions. By the way, Georgia Tech has taken the lead over Indiana State out in the Nashville regional. So, again, we're going to keep a close eye on that. We'd love to see Vanderbilt lose tonight, or if not, lose on Saturday. But right now, it looks like Georgia Tech has the lead, but Indiana State with 1 man on late in that game in the 8th inning. All right, Tony, as we wrap up this hour,
we need the Canes to win.
Need the Canes to win.
We need the Pirates to keep winning.
Need the Pirates to keep winning.
All right, and that's pretty much it.
Need our teams to stay healthy in OTA.
Not hit your hand on the helmet.
Don't do that.
Practice early.
Don't get arrested.
All good things for just this life advice moment.
True. Because, Tony, you had a hand injury not that long ago.
Win and don't get hurt.
Or arrested. C3.
And do not talk about the weather. On Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., we do not talk about the weather. We talk about the Carolina Panthers.
Good deal. You can check that out on YouTube and follow Tony on Twitter at
@cat_Chronicles.
Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
Thanks, Clip.
Enjoyed it. We will take a time out. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live is on the way. The New Jersey Institute of Technology is up 2-0. Bases loaded. Nobody out in the 3rd inning. Arkansas has gone to the bullpen. Upset alert, big dog.
Frank the Tank is out. He's just beside himself.
He's an
alumni.
Is he an NJIT guy?
Alumni, yeah. I believe
we're keeping an eye on this one, and we got all the games going on. We'll talk about it all show long here on Pirate Radio. If you want to chime in on the Pirates or anything else, you can do so on Facebook, Twitter, or give us a call, 317-1250. We'll lob a phone call to Brian North when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former Pirate receiver Larry Shannon.
We just had one goal in mind as we went to the Liberty Bowl in 1995, and that was to win. Coach Logan had this slogan of unfinished business, and that was kind of our motivation all year. And I just remember that game. Offensively, we didn't play very well. Obviously, Stanford had a good defense as well. And I remember our defense just carrying us and pulling us through and making the plays, to get that big victory for the program.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Brock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Order in store or online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, well, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. East Carolina, a winner in Game 1 of the 2021 Greenville Regional, 8-5 over Norfolk State. We'll hit on that, some other finals, and things going on right now in the college baseball tournament with Brian North, who joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. North, hope you're having a good Friday. How you doing, man?
No, not really. Dealing with food poisoning overnight, maybe some salmonella, but I'm soldiering through.
Wow.
When Cliff calls, you answer the phone. It doesn't matter if you're playing hurt or not. You still come through for Cliff and Shirley.
Man, what'd you eat? You don't have to say from where. Just what?
The best we can pinpoint was maybe some eggs. We delivered by a little local farmer, and we think maybe it was one of them.
Man, all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. If you need to put the phone down and run to the restroom while we're talking, feel free.
Look, I had a night of having to make choices of whether to stand or sit, or I'm good right now. At this moment, it has been as good as it's been for the last 24 hours.
All right, let's hope it stays that way. Brian, some interesting moments in that baseball game, and I didn't know whether to sit or stand in that last inning to pull the Pirates through. Cliff Godwin was trying to go through this game with only using 3 pitchers, ended up using 3 in the 9th just to get out of it. But the Pirates take down a pesky Norfolk State team 8-5, thanks in much part to Thomas Francisco's 3-run bomb in the 6th inning. East Carolina able to outlast Norfolk State, Brian.
Survive and advance, especially after what happened 2 years ago with Quinnipiac. I know that it weighed heavily on Cliff's mind. Even though they were able to get through it, it really taxed their pitching staff having to go the long way around. And so you got to get that first win. You've got a stud horse going tomorrow in Gavin, and maybe you limit having to get to the bullpens. You got to survive this game. You get through these first 2 games, you set yourself up in a pretty good position with your pitching staff compared to the other teams that have to come through the losers bracket. So that's why it's paramount to win those first 2 games. And I think Cliff didn't want to take any chances with it, even though Norfolk State very scrappy today and finding ways. I don't think he just wanted to take many chances and let them find a way to pull out a win. And you're right back to where you were 2 years ago. And again, even though that worked out, boy, it just it taxes your team and your staff quite a bit.
Yeah, and you do have Gavin Williams ready to roll, but using Bridges, Mayhew, Colmore, Saylor, all those guys. A.J. Wilson struck out a couple batters. Now, look, you can bring them back tomorrow. None of them were super extended. Colmore had a bit of an extended outing, but those guys should still be ready to go. But, you want to go ahead and take care of business as quickly as possible and not get into Sunday night or Monday, as you know, Brian, because then things get really hairy.
Yeah, I think those guys will all be able to come back, if not tomorrow, then definitely by in 2 days, because you're right, they didn't extend themselves too much. But I really think they hope the big horse, Gavin's going to go a long ways tomorrow. You still got a bunch of other guys still ready to go. Look, he's got a plan. And again, nobody went super long today out of that bullpen except for Cam. So, at this point, everybody steps up. Everybody has to do what they have to do. And, we'll see what happens.
Connor Norby, Brian, has been the man all year long, the player of the year in the conference, and he's going to get pitched around quite a bit. And if teams decide to do that, you got to have a guy to make them pay. And Thomas Francisco did that in the 6th inning today in a big way.
Yeah, and that's what guys have to step up. And some of these guys who've been in regionals before, who don't get overwhelmed by the moment. When things are pretty tight and you're down, you got to find guys who don't panic. And so they decided not to pitch around Francisco, which a lot of people I thought was interesting with the base open, and he makes them pay. So, but you got to have guys step up in the moment. A couple of years ago, it was Brickhouse had a great tournament, and a couple other guys, and so you've got to have those guys who really step up, and that's what happened today. Now you got to continue with a lot of that. You got to see who else steps up because other teams are going to pitch around Francisco, and they see how good he's been and how relaxed he is at the plate.
Brian, first time in my life I'll ever say this sentence. Right now I'm locked into the New Jersey Institute of Technology. They are up 3-0 on Arkansas, bases loaded, and now a strikeout will be out number 2. It is 3-0 over the top team in the country. They are in the top of the 3rd. Bases juiced, 2 outs right now. Trying to tack on some more runs. They're going to need more than 3. They'll probably need more than 5 to win this. But this is fun, Brian. A little June madness here on a Friday.
So the college softball World Series.
Yeah.
The unseeded James Madison.
Oh, you got to talk about your Dukes any chance you get, and this is for good reason this time. Go ahead.
So it can happen, right? And so the only thing I can tell you about the New Jersey Institute of Technology is they had the longest losing streak in the country in basketball several years ago, and it was like in the hundreds, the number of games they lost. So I knew they were a school that existed, but knew nothing else about them. And then I'm watching them earlier on, and they're pulling out their little slips of paper out of their back pockets. The nerd way of making sure they're all on the same page of defensing, and I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, man, bunch of Institute of Technology nerds out there playing some pretty good baseball. That would be an awesome upset if they could pull it off.
And they're wearing like weekend travel softball uniforms. It looks like this is my squad now. I hope they can pull this off. But once again, bases juiced right now, trying to tack on some more, up 3-0. So far in the ACC today, Brian, you got one winner, and it was the regular season winner, Notre Dame, 10-0 over Central Michigan. South Carolina comes back to beat Virginia. And, boy, Liberty took it to Duke today, Brian. So not a great start for the ACC, but Notre Dame, like they did in the regular season, kind of carrying the flag for the conference.
Yeah, right, and they look good. And in Central Michigan is not a team that puts a lot of fear into you when you think about the Chippewas and, where they play. And they haven't had a ton of great games this year or great competition. So, but for Duke, look, I think they peaked at the ACC tournament. I was curious how they would respond coming back in this regional, and Liberty's way underrated. We've seen Liberty for years when they play ECU. Really good program. And all the money they're putting into athletics in Lynchburg, Virginia right now, it's no surprise that the baseball program has taken that next step. So, pretty good win for them. We'll see how Duke responds, but I really think Duke peaked at the ACC tournament by winning that for the first time ever, and I think they're happy with that trophy to be their 2021 peak of their season.
Arkansas gets out of the jam. It'll be 3-0 heading to the bottom of the third in Fayetteville. NJIT up early in that one. Georgia Tech has come back to take the lead over Indiana State. They are in the 9th inning, and we're keeping an eye on that Nashville regional, Brian, because if Greenville if ECU can make it out of Greenville, they will be taking on the winner of that Nashville regional, most likely Rocker and Leiter and those Commodores from Vanderbilt, but maybe the Sycamores or Yellow Jackets will have something to say about that.
But keep an eye on Georgia Tech now. I thought they were playing pretty well in the ACC tournament. They did a few things that I said to myself, watch out for them in the regionals. They could be one of those teams that could pull off an upset somewhere. So when I saw they were set up in the Vanderbilt regional, I said, all right, we'll see, because Vandy's got their two stud pitchers, and they're defending College World Series champs. But what do they have after that? So we're about to find out here in this regional, and maybe we'll see if anybody can pull off the upset. Probably not. I mean, I think most people are scheduling their trip to Nashville to get ready for that ECU at Vandy regional, but you never know. This is why they play them, so I'm curious to see if Georgia Tech has anything for them.
And, Brian, I don't see this happening in football or basketball, but NC State taking it to Alabama right now. 8th inning, they're up 8-1, jumped out early and have not looked back. And you want to talk about peaking in the ACC tournament, the Pac trying to continue what they did towards the end of the year.
Well, they start the season 1-8 to start the season, and they really started coming through late in the season. But Alabama's that team that they have the name brand, but probably shouldn't even be in the tournament. They were one of those that got through on their SEC next to their name. So I don't know if they should be in, and I think they showed that today why they probably shouldn't be in, because State really took it to them. State's got a good offense. Their pitching staff's the worrisome deal with them, but they can hit the ball a little bit.
Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. North, how about the season Kyle Larson has put together? He has not missed a beat after being suspended last year.
Coming back from that adversity, but it helps when you get hooked up with Hendrick, right? And once Hendrick gives you a shot and gives you good equipment under you, you get to show your talent a little bit. And Kyle Larson's always had that talent, and now getting the opportunity to show it. So, good opportunity for him. He's been pretty good by putting the controversy behind him. And, you get Wynn in there, and he's the hot driver of the flavor of the month right now, and might as well ride it. Hendrick Motorsports, they've really got it going on.
Chevrolet's at the top of the starting grid coming up this weekend in Sonoma. Larson, Elliott, Byron, and then Denny Hamlin in the 11. Toyota will be starting fourth. Brian, you got a pick for Sonoma?
Well, every time I try to pick somebody in these road races, it never plays out, but look, Hendrick again. Chase Elliott, he likes these road races and does pretty well on them, so maybe I'll pick him to be the guy.
The Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech has gotten it done and picked up a win. They take on the winner of Vanderbilt and Presbyterian coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. Nice. North, we talked baseball, NASCAR, anything else going on in the sports world you're keeping an eye on right now? Canes winning last night.
Yeah, keep an eye on that Presbyterian game. We've got a kid from the Parrott Academy who I believe from Greenville, Zacchaeus Raspberry. He was the MVP.
What a name.
South tournament. Yeah. He's already on the all-name team. He's been here a couple years. but he was the MVP of the Big South tournament. He's really stroking the ball right now. So Zacchaeus was actually a basketball and soccer star at Parrott. The soccer season finished up one year. They asked him to come out for the football team, and he ended up helping becoming a wide receiver and led them to an 8-man state championship as well. So
wow.
What an athlete he is. And so a real cool kid, and maybe he can make a name for himself in that Vanderbilt regional as well.
All right. We'll be pulling for him to pull the upset tonight when the Commodores take on the Blue Hose of Presbyterian. Yeah. North, I hope you feel better, man, and end up having a good weekend. You got Brett Kennedy working, I guess, out at Clark LeClaire?
Yeah, he's having to carry everything solo out there, so we'll tune in tonight and see how he did. My phone was blowing up today, but along with everything else.
Yeah, not the only thing blowing up in the North household. And we'll wrap it up there. Thank you, Brian.
All right,
Brian North soldiering through, playing hurt. What a performance today from Brian North. Corey Glore told us on Thursday, watch out for the Bulls. And right now, the South Florida Bulls, the 4 seed in Gainesville, up on Florida 4-2. That one in the 6th inning. They are back underway. And I got to tell you, this, what are they calling it? Squeeze play? It's like the NFL Red Zone version of college baseball. I am locked in right now watching all these games. So is that on
Plus? Or where is that at?
ESPN 3.
3.
It's on 3.
So Plus.
No, that's a separate deal. It is. Right. I'm just being factual.
I mean, yeah.
Plus is a pay service.
Right, so 3 is if you get
part
ESPN,
of your subscription.
you get that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It is a separate deal. So, yeah, right now they are just flipping around to all the games. I'm seeing all the ballparks, all the fans. I was going to say, man, there's nobody at this Florida game. I guess it's because it just got wiped out due to weather, and maybe the fans will come back. They just had a lightning delay, so maybe they'll be back in attendance soon. Let's before we go out to Greenie, let's do another scoreboard check-in. Tell you, when ECU's like in this, I'm into it. If ECU was not in a regional today, I wouldn't mention college baseball one time. But now that the Pirates are in it, like I'm in it. You know what I'm saying?
It
Do you
totally
feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean it totally is. It only matters if they're still in it.
But like college basketball, I watch every game of the tournament, and ECU's never in it.
Sure.
College baseball, I just feel differently about it. Bowl games, I'll watch the bowl games if I'm in a pool or something, if ECU's not in it.
Yeah.
But for college baseball, my team has to be in it for me to care. It's just one of those things.
It's a better race to watch when you've got a horse.
There you go. And one that doesn't cheat, like Bob Baffert's Medina Spirit.
We're not speaking ill of the band here.
Speaking ill, we don't speak ill of the dead. We don't speak ill of the band here on PRL. We got an Arkansas dinger. 3-0. It was 3-0 in JIT. It is now 3-2. Nobody out in the third. My dream is about dead.
The dream's over.
That turned quickly. All right, ECU an 8-5 winner earlier today. We'll see what happens between Maryland and Charlotte coming up at 6 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Liberty put it on the Duke Blue Devils. 11-6 was that final score earlier today. South Carolina, a winner down there in the Columbia Regional, where, remember, ODU is the number 1 seed in that regional. South Carolina beats Virginia 4-3. It was Texas Tech. Army, West Point had a 1-0 early lead in that game. And but it went away 6-3 the final. Texas Tech over Army. Georgia Tech comes back to beat Indiana State 7-6. Could be facing Vanderbilt on Saturday. Notre Dame blanking Central Michigan 10-0 was that final score. A lot of games going on as we speak. South Florida trying to pull off a big upset. They lead Florida 4-2 in the 6th inning on SEC Network. NC State about to wrap it up. They're in the 9th inning up 8-1 against Alabama. Dallas Baptist putting it to Oregon State 6-2 in the 6th inning right now. Texas all over Southern 9-0 that score in the 8th inning. Arkansas just got a 2-run home run. They trail 3-2 against New Jersey Institute of Technology. That one in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And they have just hit back-to-back hits to the wall that have been caught by the NJIT left fielder. They are just trying to hit home runs every at bat there in Fayetteville. It is 3-2 right now. NJIT on top. Mississippi State up 4-1 on Samford in the fourth inning. It is Southern Miss 2, Florida State nothing in the fourth. UC Santa Barbara a 1-0 lead over Oklahoma State. That one just underway. And North Dakota State taking on Stanford. That one in the first inning as well. And it's fun keeping an eye on what's going on in the college baseball tournament. We will take a timeout. Come back when we return. Talk a little golf. I have not checked in on HV3 all day, so we'll get a HV3 update. Check out the golf leaderboard. And talk more with Greenie, Mark Greenhill from the Golf Shop Radio Show. He'll join us on the other side of this timeout on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties? Gallenberg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number one. Gallenberg Lawns specializes in eco-friendly landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help for your commercial property, call Gallenberg Lawns today for a free quote at 252-253-5450.
Gallenberg Lawns, we make it pretty.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here, Shirley Rhodes, the Big Dog Glenn Griffin, ECU. An 8-5 winner over Norfolk State. They will advance to the winner's bracket and take on the winner of Charlotte and Maryland coming up on Saturday at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We're keeping an eye on all the action, and we'll be discussing that throughout today's program. And right now, we'll head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk some golf with Greeny. Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show joins us on the Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Greeny, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Hey, fantastic. What's your interest level, if any, Greeny, on this college baseball tournament? I know your Clemson Tigers not in it. That might take a little bit of interest away from you, but are you following this at all?
Yeah, I have to admit I'm a fan of my team.
Yeah.
So if my team's not playing, I'm not really paying that much attention. So, my Boston Bruins are in the Stanley Cup, and they're up 2-1 on the Islanders. If when they lose, I'm done. If they win it all, I'll be watching it all. But, Clemson had a not-so-good year on the baseball front. And I used to go to a lot of their baseball games back when I was there. So they might have to look at some changes around there next season.
Greeny, it's funny you say that. I'm the same exact way. Just talked about last segment how I'll watch every NCAA tournament game no matter who's playing. I'll watch, the NFL playoffs and bowl games within a bowl pool. But when it comes to college baseball and in the same token hockey, if the Hurricanes are out of it, I won't watch any more Stanley Cup playoffs. If ECU is not in this baseball tournament, I'm not watching it all. So I'm definitely in the same boat as you there. Speaking of Clemson real quick, I saw this. I saw a headline, and I just thought about it when we were talking about the Tigers. I saw where Clemson is expected, I guess, to offer Arch Manning, of course, the nephew of Peyton and Eli, son of Cooper, potentially this weekend or next week or sometime. I don't know how much you're into recruiting, but everybody knows the name Arch Manning, even if they haven't seen the kid play yet. You think Arch has a chance to be down there at Clemson?
Yeah, I mean, Clemson's a little thin at quarterback right now. DJ's obviously going to be the starter. Tayshaun is a little nicked up and not really sure if he's going to be ready to go to start the season. So, and then they got a couple other guys. This kid Bubba, he looks more like a potential MLB draft pick and maybe going baseball. So, a little thin on the quarterback side. So, I could definitely see that. And the other thing from a recruiting standpoint for Clemson is that they're one of the teams that offers the fewest number of players. So, pretty much when you get an offer from Clemson, they're serious about you, and they're pretty sure that you're serious about them. So, you got to say that when Clemson offers somebody, there's probably a 75 to 80% chance that they're coming to Clemson.
Mark Greenhalgh joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Greeny, the memorial going on this weekend. ECU's on Harold Varner III, even par on Thursday. I know weather was a factor yesterday, and I'm seeing that I guess Harold Varner III is set to tee off at 5:53 today. Has weather been a factor there today as well, or is that the normal slated tee off time?
No, that's trying to catch up round two. So that's what his tee time has been adjusted to based on when he's actually going to get out there. So all the guys that were morning wave yesterday, afternoon wave today, they'll be coming back tomorrow morning to finish up those rounds. It's funny. I've actually got a question in our first segment tomorrow. Is last year they played the Memorial 6 weeks later. Obviously due to COVID, It was in middle of July, and if you remember, they played the workday 1 week, and guys kind of lit it up a little bit, and then the following week they played the Memorial. They took 1 day off, waved a magic wand over the golf course, and the golf course became 100 times harder. And the question is, would you rather see it moved more towards the summer? My answer is yeah, because I'd rather see it play a little bit firmer and faster and difficult. It always seems to rain at the normal time, so it's just a standard issue for Jack's tournament to have rain and rain delays, unfortunately.
That's interesting, Mark. And I guess, how fixed is the golf schedule from year to year? Like, do you know next year when these tournaments will be played, or is there any flexibility there? And is it all about tradition when these things are played? And is this the only one you would like to see moved? Do you think they should look at the entire schedule?
Well, when they changed to the playoffs, they kind of redid a bunch of things because obviously some moved from being, in the current season to being pushed to the start of as we do this wraparound season, So all these tournaments that you see in September, late September, early October, November, whatever, they're now in the new season and in the wraparound season. But, there's a few tournaments. I mean, Arnold Palma, the API kind of got put into a bad spot when everything got shuffled around from a majors perspective. And, Jack's tournament has traditionally been in this kind of May, early June thing, and all they do is get bad weather up there. I'd like to see it move more towards the summer. You might have to dodge an occasional thunderstorm, but it just seems like they get rain coming and it gets stocked in and they can't get rounds finished and they're always catching up. But there's a couple of events that I would like to see get moved to get a little bit better fields, because traditionally they have been some of the good tournaments, and guys don't go to them anymore. I mean, it's going to be the same thing with the Olympics this year. You're going to continue to see guys bail out of playing in the Olympics when they qualify for their teams because, there's major championships, to be played. There's FedEx Cup playoffs to get yourself positioned for, and for me, the Olympics is like maybe the 10th or 12th best, most important tournament on the schedule. So, there's a lot of things that could be made different.
Mark Greenell, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Colin Morikawa at the top of the leaderboard right now at 6 under par. Who and what else are you watching for this weekend at the Memorial, Mark?
Well, I actually had Xander Schauffele and Jordan Spieth were two of my top picks this week. Xander obviously played pretty well at 4 under par. Him and Morikawa don't tee off until 5:29 this afternoon. Jordan's trying to make a little bit of a comeback today. He's like 3 or 4